Hi, this is Josie and Josie's Fun Kitchen, and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to take boxed pancakes and make them taste like they are homemade from scratch. Let me just go over this briefly with you so that I can let you know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to show you three different methods. This one, the first one, instead of water, I'm going to use ginger ale. Yep. And it's going to be very good. And the second one is going to be my corn cakes, which I absolutely love. And the third one is a special one, and that is going to be the blueberry pancakes that I'm going to use instead of a full cup of water that the instructions call for. I'm going to do half with buttermilk and half water. I have my griddle heated up over here, and I was thinking about using a pan, but I didn't. I decided that the griddle's better. That's hot. I melted butter, and I'm going to take my little brush here and brush it on there before I go. Then I'm also going to show you a really good maple syrup and buttered maple syrup. I saw this. It's delicious on top of the pancakes. But first, what I did is I sifted the flour or the mix. You can also use, if you're gluten-free, there's gluten-free pancake mix that you can use and just follow the instructions. You have a lot of different options with this. You can, what I'm going to do first is, let me show you, is we're gonna put in the ginger ale. It's bubbling. I'm adding an egg to make it richer and mix it together. You don't want it too smooth, as you can see. You just mix it. And what I did is I did half of what they call for about 6 to 8 pancakes. So I might make about 3 pancakes each. It's still a little lumpy here, which is good, because you want that. And then I'm going to let it rest so that everything marries together. There we go. The second one, this is the corn cake. I'm going to take an egg and 1/3 cup of water. Mix that in there. Get that going. This is going to be the corn cake, number 2. And Alexa, set the timer for 3 minutes. I don't want it too runny. And here, I just wanted to show you, let me put my hair back. Okay, hair is back, hands are washed. So here on this one, this is how I just took a sifter and I sifted the flour through here because I just want it nice and smooth. Get that going. You can still see some of these little things. And if you can see this, I'm going to just get rid of that. All right. Remember, it says 1/3 cup of water. I'm going to measure this now. Let's just say about that much. And then I'm going to add the water. Add the egg. There's a lot of little secrets that a lot of people have for pancakes. These, I'm going to use frozen blueberries. They're still in the freezer. I don't want to take them out. So by the time everything's ready, and we're going to be cooking here. Here we go. Look at that. Now, remember, I'm going to keep them in this order. This is the ginger ale one. This is going to be the one that I use with plain water, but I'm going to add corn to it. So those are my corn cakes. Love those. And then this is the one that has half buttermilk, fresh buttermilk, and half water. You have an option. Do not make your pancakes really, really big, because then they're hard to flip. And a great way to know when your pancakes are ready, and you'll see this, is that you're going to start getting brown and crispy on the side. So here are your options. You can make them really tiny with a little scooper that you use for melons. Ice cream scooper will give you a little bit bigger. What usually you will use is about 1/8 of a cup or 1/3 of a cup. And I have these spoons that will use about 1/8 of a cup. And if you go a little over, that's okay. So my griddle is at 350, 375, and it's hot. I can feel the heat. Alexa, stop. Where did I put my thing? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. The first one we're going to do is the ginger ale one. So, and I'm going to put them on this platter in that order. And before I forget, I want you to know you want to use some good maple syrup, and that's for my third batch. I'm just going to pour about 1/2 cup. Looks like about 1/2 cup. Okay. All right, here I can see a lot of bubbles, and that's probably where it is from the ginger ale. And I am going to just check out the, this looks nice. See? It's not too lumpy. First thing I'm going to do is get the butter. And see how hot it is, actually. You want it to, there we go. You want the fat on here. I'm going to put some more butter in here. Let me use this. Go 1, 2. You're going to cook each side for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. You only flip your pancakes once. And the reason why is because if you flip them more than once, they're going to get rubbery. So I think I may have room for just a little one here. Okay, so we're done with that. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this. When you see the bubbling over here, that's when you're about to flip it. I'm going to turn this to 350 and get some more butter. Better to have too much butter than not enough butter. And I can always cut that. Okay, and remember, this is the last one that I put on, so I'm going to take this and just double check it. Ooh, yes. A little burned a little bit, but that's okay, because you kind of want it like that. Look at that. Flip. Flip. This one I made a little bit bigger. Here we go. That's it. So we're going to taste that. I'm going to put that on this side. And then we're going to do the corn cakes. Now the way I make them is I like to put the corn into the, I have a cup here. Just going to play it by ear. Okay. Oh, they look pretty. Look at that. See that? And I'm not going to flip it anymore. Ooh, okay. Those are, let's do this. Because it makes them tastier. All right, now the next ones are going to be the corn cakes. Put that there. Oh. Okay. Let's do it that way. You have to have a glass of milk. I always say you have to have a glass of milk. These are kind of a little rough on the edges, so they look a little rustic. But I'm not gonna, just gonna kind of keep an eye on them because they are bubbling. And remember, this whole griddle was preheated, so it was hot and ready to go. You can see how I'm moving these around already. And they're starting to cook along the sides. What you can do is put aluminum foil over this and have a really low temperature oven and put your pancakes in there. All right, remember, you're gonna flip the first one that you put. And if you notice this, I'm trying to think of what this is called. Yeah, spatula. Flip it. It smells good. All right, the next one, those are our corn cakes here. I'm gonna get this one ready. This is the one that I put the buttermilk in. And you can add some vanilla in here, a capful of vanilla. But you wanna use frozen blueberries. And the reason why you do frozen is because they will not fall apart and they're very sweet. So these are all done. I'm gonna lift this up. Put this in the middle. Butter again. This one's gonna be very buttery because remember we added the buttermilk. All right. Add that. I want to get everything. Now, pull out your blueberries. I'm going to use, here we go. Got a little spoon here. And this is how you're going to put them on. Oh, these look really good. You could do bananas. Okay. So how do you like your pancakes? I want to hear about that sometimes. Send me a note. Let me know. I'm going to double check this. I'm going to flip. Yep. See that? It has that little crust around it. Around the back. That means they're finished there. Flip it. The syrup. It's butter maple syrup. So we're going to take some butter. And we are going to emulsify. I need a knife. But I don't want to forget to flip this pancake there. There we go. Let's get these off first. Okay. So when you present this one, and I will show you, is of course you want the blueberry side up because it's prettier. There are our pancakes. Look at this. Does that not look good? Here are the blueberries, corn cakes, and the one with the ginger ale. So now let's put this here. This I have on, this is off, but you put, I'm gonna do, that's in half of that. So you cut it. You're gonna start off this way. And you have to do a taste test on this. So you're just gonna melt the syrup. This is going to be nice and thick and scrumptious. You can tell this doesn't take long and everyone's going to be very, very impressed. And you can just say that these are homemade because you made them in your home. Now, some people just like regular maple syrup, but you can see. Let's put this here. I'm just going to, but I'll burn myself. Oh, geez. Oh, that's really good, but I'm going to put some a little bit more butter in there. Okay. Now, I'm going to go get a plate, and let's try this. And if you made this with me, let's go. Try it again. That's, Oh, the maple syrup and the butter, the smell. Oh, it's so good. All right. Taste test time. All right, the first one we're going to try is the ginger ale one. I'm using my fingers here. All right, so corn cakes, ginger ale. Just going to use this. Oh, look at that. All right. Never had ginger ale in my pancakes. Dipping it into that flavorful. Okay. That is very airy. Maybe it's because of the bubbles in the ginger ale. Oh, I'm not gonna. That's really good. Let's move all this out of the way. Okay, the next one is my favorite. Very good. Here's what you need to do. Add the sweet corn. Okay. Who doesn't love pancakes? This is the one that had the buttermilk in it. Remember, you can do the buttermilk in the others. Oh, well, not the ginger ale one, but the corn cakes, I had the buttermilk there too. But here are the blueberries. Oh, wow. Oh, this is delicious. All right. Thank you for coming by to Josie's Fun Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed this. I made a little mess, but I'm going to clean it up. And I hope I explained everything to you so that you understand you need to go try this. And remember, the special syrup is really good. You can even add more and more butter. All right. Come back next time. Leave me a comment below. Please subscribe to Josie's Fun Kitchen. And until next time, have fun in your kitchen cooking. See ya.